Chapter 1.25, Patient Zero. The crew aboard the Unnamed silently processes the revelation. They are not just characters. They are the hope of countless fictional worlds. So Lilith breaks the silence. We're not just supposed to save whoever we stumble upon. We need to prove that our therapy works. We need a showcase case, the most hopeless one. John approaches the typewriter, which now feels less like a prison and more like a working tool. He is no longer a guest on someone else's desktop. He is a system administrator. He types, show the list of abandoned projects, sort by degree of narrative entropy. Before them, a list of files materializes in space. Most are simply marked unfinished, but one stands out in red. Utopia Project v3txt corrupted. Next to it lies a log file from the author. Lilith reads it aloud. Project Utopia, an attempt to write a story about a perfect society with no conflicts. Incredibly boring, nothing happens. To add drama, I introduced an idea virus, a character who asked everyone one question. What's the point? The virus proved too effective. The characters stopped doing anything. The world fell into apathy and began collapsing on its own. The project failed. Never again will I write about utopias. Too depressing. A narrative black hole, Lilith says. A world that died from boredom and meaninglessness. The perfect patient. Then that's where we're going. John replies with a newfound determination he's never felt before. Arrival in Utopia. The airship enters the corrupted file. The world inside is a surreal spectacle. Beautiful, flawless architecture of white stone and glass, but it is glitching. Chunks of buildings vanish and reappear, textures flicker, and in the sky instead of the sun hangs a system error line. Error 404, plot not found. Along the streets wander the inhabitants, beautiful, impeccably dressed people with utterly vacant eyes. They do not converse. Sometimes they whisper fragments of phrases. Everything used to be perfect. Everything had a purpose. What's the point? This is a world consumed by apathy. A new enemy. The crew realizes they cannot simply hand a hero a magic Swiss knife here. There is no hero and no villain. Here, the fight is not against a character but against an idea itself. The virus the author had unleashed, what's the point, has become a physical force. A kind of mental plague, the static of nihilism, draining the characters of their will to live. As the crew steps out of the airship, they too feel its influence. Apathy, fatigue, doubt. Why are we even here? What's the point of this? What comes next? John realizes that to fight the idea of meaninglessness, he needs a weapon, another, stronger idea. He cannot simply write, and everything was good again. He must implant a new virus into this dying world, the virus of hope. He sits at the typewriter, but he doesn't know what to write. How do you write meaning? How do you program hope? And then he looks at his mad crew, at cynical Lilith, who survived because she found meaning in irony, at Taco, who found meaning in simple pleasures, at the captain, who found meaning in faith. And he understands that he doesn't need to invent anything. The cure is them. He begins to write, but not about the people of Utopia. He begins to write about his own crew, weaving their stories, their dialogues, their absurd adventures into the fabric of this world. He pits their wild but very alive drive to move forward against the all-consuming apathy. He begins to infect this world with their story.